hoops.
Playoffs are starting right now, and it's going to be good. The play-in games are going on, Lee. So what do you think the Lakers and Clippers are going to be like this year?
NBA play-in games begin tomorrow.
Cool.
The Lakers went into New Orleans in a game that they both needed and absolutely collapsed the Pelicans. Pelicans look like dogs. That's terrible. Zion Williamson making all that money just played garbage. Lakers are rolling. They've won 10 of their last 13. Got to stay healthy. Anthony Davis back flared on him a little bit at the end of the Sunday win. LeBron is playing out of his mind. He had 13 assists in the first half to go with 13 points. He was phenomenal. Austin Reeves has had an unbelievable second half. He's just playing possessed right now. And this is the kid that we saw play like that last year. He had a kind of a slow start. When D'Angelo Russell is hot, you can't control him. When he's cold, he goes 3 for 13. And they're getting some decent performances some nights, not all nights, from Rui Hachimura and Spencer Dinwiddie. I just think the Lakers right now are rolling. Clippers, I'd be concerned. They're limping to the finish line. Kawhi Leonard has now missed 8 games in a row with knee inflammation, the same knee that's had the 2 surgeries. Paul George has had more knee issues. He sat out over the weekend. James Harden has not played for the last 3 games because of foot complications. And as good as they are when they're totally healthy, they got to play Luka Doncic, Kyrie Irving, and the 50-win Dallas Mavericks in the first round. That's going to be a fun series to watch because I don't think anybody's going to play any defense in that series, but that series is so hard. And for the Lakers, they got to play in New Orleans again tomorrow night. The question is, are the Pelicans going to show up or they get the doors blown off and run into the parking lot again? But the Lakers, they're going to have to play on the road. That's the problem. There's no home court advantage for the Lakers now because of where they finished 8th.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be a challenge. And I think from a Laker perspective, can those 2 superstars play best of 7 series? Because there's hardly any nights off. And those guys have to play to the limit every game for the Lakers to be good. So, John, do not shoot an air ball on this. Who do you believe in? Lakers? How much trouble the Clippers in?
Well, I mean, who do I believe in versus who I'm rooting for are very different. I think you're right. I think the Lakers are looking terrific now. But isn't this like the second year in a row they've kind of snuck into the back end of the playoffs?
But last year they got to the Western Finals with Denver.
They did. So it makes me wonder, do they just sort of take the regular season in stride? They just say, just get into the playoffs. Doesn't matter what our seed is. And then we'll turn it on in April and May. Do you think that's what they're thinking?
I don't think you can afford to do that. I don't think you can flip the switch back on. No, they got to the Western Finals last year because LeBron and AD just carried them.
Oh, yeah.
But can LeBron and AD do that in a best-of-5 series where you hardly get any nights off, or best-of-7 where you're playing every other night and there's no stopping? So it's going to be a challenge. The Western playoffs are just going to be crazy. Now, Milwaukee's got problems. Giannis has got this calf issue. They don't know that he is going to be ready. But, geez, you look at some of the other teams in the West, and if Golden State hits 26 threes in a game like they did last week while I was gone, but that doesn't happen very often.
Well, how about the Thunder in Oklahoma City? I mean, they're having a hell of a year, and they're so darn young. So, yeah, there's a lot of great storylines here. I am rooting for the Clippers. I worked for the Clippers when they played in San Diego, back when I was a college student. So I've always kind of had a soft spot in my heart for the team. I would love for them to have a successful playoff run. But like you said, if Kawhi isn't playing, I mean, they don't have a chance.
Yeah. And tell you what, Golden State, Sacramento, that's that other play-in series. They start this week too. That's going to be fun because
they went 7 games last year or the year before.
Yeah, they do. One other NBA note. This is really bad. Again, we have to talk about off the court. There could be a lifetime suspension coming to a Toronto Raptor. Jonte Porter is the brother of Michael Porter, Denver Nuggets superstar. He is being investigated for a high amount of betting on him as a player through DraftKings and these other websites based on minutes played. And there are insinuations that when he was playing, he faked an injury and faked an illness. So he would come out of the game in under 4 minutes. And a large amount of money was bet on these games for Dante Porter, rookie coming off the bench, playing less than 4 minutes. All of a sudden, these red flags went up.
Yeah.
Why is all this money getting poured in for a backup rookie player as to playing time? The NBA just asked the Colorado Gaming Commission to look at all the betting sites, betting is legal up there, and see if there are other events in which there were big amounts of money placed on Toronto Raptor games wrapped around Porter's playing time. There's a theory that he orchestrated all this, and if he did, he will be expelled from basketball for his life. It's a really, really ugly story.
Wow, I didn't know about this. This is new. Yeah, well, the NBA should take swift action. But it is funny, like, who bets on the minutes played of any player, much less a backup rookie guy, like 12th man on the bench kind of thing. But yeah, they got to crack down hard on this. But it does make you wonder, how much influence can one player have in swinging a point spread? In this case, a minutes played, they have a little more control over that because they can fake it. But yeah, NBA players, man, this is a huge problem, especially after the scandal with that ref about
Tim Donahue.
What was that, like 20 years ago, wasn't it?
And this also spins back to, I know you're going to stand up and start screaming, oh, the NBA's taking all that money from FanDuel and DraftKings. Look what the hell we got going on now.
Well, yeah.
Because that's where all these bets were being placed.
Yes, I think betting on sports is good, generally speaking. It makes the sports more interesting. People have more vested interest. But you don't want the players involved in it at all, period, exclamation point. And so the NBA definitely has to police it, and hopefully they take swift action.
I mean, for the commissioner to come out and make the comment, the player being investigated could be expelled for life.
Yeah.
If he's implemented. He made the comment before the investigation was done.
Yeah. Good for him. That's what he should say.
Pretty serious. Let's go from that